Hi there. Today I'm going to talk about a book on the New Zealand Special Air Service. It's this book by W.D. Baker. Now, uh, quite recently we reviewed Soldiering On, which had Al Brosnan and Duke Henry from the New Zealand SAS, and they put quite a bit about their training, selection, and experience in the New Zealand Special Forces. But this book is specifically devoted to that unit. So it starts off with the history, going back to the Long Range Desert Group in World War II, which had a New Zealand contingent, and also quite a few New Zealanders in the SAS, the wartime SAS. And then Malaya in 1955, when the SAS was resurrected by Mike Calvert. He brought in a squadron from Rhodesia, Sea Squadron, but also one from New Zealand. And then they participated fully in that campaign, and that then established the unit back home in New Zealand. And there was a brief interruption where it was stood down, but then it was resurrected and has been going strong ever since. As Al Brosnan and Duke Henry's book explained, the SAS selection in New Zealand is several phases, and this book mentions one of the things about the pre-selection phase is so that you get guys from all arms, all the different parts of the military, and try to get them on a level playing field as regard things like land navigation. Whereas an infantry soldier, this would be second nature to him. Some of the other guys have to be brought up to speed. So one of the phases of selection that it goes into in some detail is a resistance to interrogation, or TQ, which all special forces use. There is some debate these days about the viability of that training. Is it really training to resist interrogation in the scenarios that the soldiers are likely to face, particularly in the Great War on Terror, and capture by irregular and terrorist personnel? Or is it just another embuggerance to go through to get your qualification? It's rather debatable. Are they going to follow the rules? So once the soldier passes selection, he goes into the operational side, and the New Zealand SAS has two squadrons, and each has a role. So it's black role and green role. Black role is the counter-terrorist team, and green role is the special forces role, where they do all the normal special forces tasks. So black role would be equivalent to the UK's counter-terrorist team, but they have similarly a squadron devoted to it, and the other squadron on the green role goes into any of the other necessary tasks. And then the training for that is specialised, and they do things like they have a free fall troop, they have a boat troop, things like tracking is taught. One thing about the training cycle in the New Zealand SAS is their unarmed combat is based on karate, a system called Chidokan, and they've been quite happy using that for many years. So the conflicts that they've been involved in include, as we said, Malaya, then Borneo, and Vietnam. Like the Australians, they sent guys to Vietnam and gained a lot of operational experience and knowledge, which served them in good stead over the years. One of the things I did mention tracking, and the New Zealand SAS was particularly renowned for its trackers, and quite a lot of other special forces have sent guys on exchange to go and learn tracking from the Kiwis. So the book it's more heavily reliant on photographs than text. Quite a lot of interesting photos of kit and deployments and so on. There's a big section on weapons. Of all types, but it's a good look inside this unit, which is a well-respected unit. Quite a few of the guys from New Zealand SAS come over to the UK and join 22, mainly because New Zealand has not been involved in as many actions as other special forces over the years, although it certainly has won its share of honours. So it's an interesting book.